What's good, YouTube? We are back at it with another podcast, and you know we are downstairs with it. This is probably the third episode. I did like 5 episodes already, but this is probably gonna be the third one. Only to the simple fact that I need to do some episodes by myself. I did like 5 episodes with one with my boys and shit, But right now we gonna talk about me and get into the story of NGB Spade. So, feel me? Let me light this blunt up and we can talk about it. Come on. Alright. So, what's good, y'all? My name is NGB Spade, aka Taj, aka Tajir. Growing up, I had 3 little brothers. Feel me? I also had a stepbrother and a stepfather. My father was in jail for most of my life. He wasn't really around like that, but when he was around, he tried to be the best that he could be for me. My childhood was kind of rough for me, not because not all due to the situation that I was put in, but just because my mom was kind of a dickhead to me and my little brother. I don't know if I want to talk about this like that, but in all honesty, like, she was kind of mean to us. Don't get me wrong, I still love my mom, but my little brother doesn't feel the same. He remembers all the trauma and shit that she put us through, or she didn't even put us through that shit. We had to go through that shit, because for me, it's crazy, man. But like I said, growing up, 3 brothers, I had to watch them. My mom had 3 jobs or 2 jobs, and feel me, she not home like that, but when she is home, she cooking and cleaning and providing, I guess. But I was like watching the kids most of the time. Like, I'm watching my little brothers, my little stepbrother, feel me, making sure they straight. We play video games all day, feel me, making sure they mind isn't, cause feel me, we didn't have many clothes to wear. The most we had, nigga, was video games and movies, man. We didn't have like that much food in the house or none of that shit. So, feel me, it was crazy back then. And then as I got older, I started being a little more rebellious to my mom. Like, feel me, she would tell me not to go outside and shit, and I would still sneak outside. Like, I would sneak out through the window and chill with my boys and shit. Or she would go to work, and I would know when she come back home from work, so I would go outside and be on the porch with my niggas and shit. My little brother seen that shit. He started getting more rebellious too. So, for me, I was like kind of setting a good and bad example, because I was showing them that mommy can't control us for long. Like, I was showing that. And then let's get into this. One day I just got tired of this shit one day, cause so this is what happened. Me and my little brothers, this is like, okay, let me tell you this first. My stepbrother and my stepfather, they had moved out already at the time, because my mom had gotten into a big fight with my stepfather, and it got crazy or whatever. Knives were pulled and all type of shit. And then, yeah, my stepfather basically got his shit, and my uncle, his brother, my step uncle, they got all their shit and they left, whatever. And then, fast forward, like I said, I'm started being real big rebellious towards my mom and shit. One day, me and my little brothers, we were watching TV. We was watching a movie. I don't know what the fuck we was watching, but we was watching it and chilling, just laughing and cooling. My baby brother, he was probably like 2 or 3 years old at the time. The youngest one out of all of us. He just come in the room. He leaves out the room from where he was. He was with my mom. He leaves out that room, comes in the living room, picks up a glass cup, throws it on the ground and breaks it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, my little brother, he was a badass little kid when he was a kid. Like, he was a badass nigga. I remember one time my friend had to come in the house to use the bathroom. So he used it in the bathroom or whatever. And my little brother came in to the bathroom with a them long spoons that you know what I'm talking about, the long spoons, the wooden spoons that you just like stir up pasta with. I swear to God, my little brother came in with one of them spoons and just started fucking whacking my friend. And while he's sitting on the toilet taking a shit, he started whacking him with that shit, just hitting him in his face and all type of shit, just hitting him. That shit, no cap. So feel me, yeah, he was a little badass little motherfucker. I swear to God, he was. But one day he just came in the living room, picked up a glass and threw it on the floor, and it was one of her like expensive wine glasses. And the only reason why I was using it, because feel me, I'm the most careful with the stuff that's important. So she's like, she heard the shit break. She's like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, this little nigga, I didn't say that. I said, my chunky just broke a glass. She's like, what? Came out her room, started spazzing on all of us. And I'm like, why are you spazzing on us, nigga? We didn't even do nothing. He just came in and did this shit for no reason. He was y'all could have did something about it. I'm like, how are we gonna do something? We didn't even notice he was doing that. We were sitting here watching TV. He comes in and does that shit. Like, what? And then she said she just put us on punishment, took our games or whatever. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I just took some shit, took whatever out. Cause she took like the games we played. She didn't take the system. So for me, I took the system, whatever games I had left, and some shit, some whatever clothes that I had, and I put them in my book bag. And I left, nigga. I got out the window. I left. My little brother. I was so heated, and I regret saying this to my little brother every day. Every time I think about this day, I was like mad as fuck. I leave. My little brother was like, you forgot your keys. I'm like, fuck them keys and fuck you. Fuck this whole house, nigga. I was like, real man. I'm heated. So feel me. Yeah. I went to my boy's house. Told him, I'm like, yeah, man. I can't do it no more. I'm not going back to that house, man. I don't give a fuck. They were like, so where you about to go? I'm like, I know where I'm about to go, but I just need to stay with y'all for the day until the person get home. So I'm with them all day. We ducking and dodging. We had to, cause mind you, my mom, she's crazy as fuck. So I knew by the time she realized I was gonna be gone, she was gonna be looking for me wild crazy. So I'm like, I gotta stay out the way. I gotta stay in areas where she wouldn't even think that I'm at. So feel me? It's nighttime now. Like, it's dark as fuck. Mind you, let me give you a little side story. My mom, she was looking for me. She thought I came to my grandmother's house on my father's side. And she came over here spazzing out on my dad, spazzing out on my grandmother's, just spazzing, going crazy. They didn't know nothing about it. They had nothing. They didn't know nothing. They confused. Mind you, I was thinking about going there. Cause I'm like, yo, that's the only place I know I could go. And I'll be like, I ain't going nowhere, and nobody can't tell me shit. I'm staying there. But I thought over it, because I knew my grandmother wasn't having that. If I would have tried that, then she would have brought me back home anyway. So I thought over it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to my other grandmother's house on my mom's side. But that's why I said I needed to be with my boys for a little bit, cause she be at work till like 11 or some shit, or 10 or some shit at night. So we outside all day ducking and dodging my mom, going to Winfield Park and all type of shit, just dodging her. So feel me, nighttime come, my boys, they couldn't stay with me no longer. They had to leave. I'm like, alright, bro, this is cool. I'm about to go inside right now, because I'm pretty sure, because the bus just pulled up. I'm like, yeah, she about to get off that bus, and I'm about to go inside the house. Soon as she get off the bus and we get to the house, my mom pull up, spazzing, going crazy, just spazzing on me. And then she spazzing on everybody around me. Spazzing on my grandmother, my uncle and my aunt came outside. Start spazzing on them. My little brother crying in the back of the seat. He was crying. And then my little brother Nas, not the young one, that not the savage, crazy, not chunky. Nas was in the back crying. He's just crying his eyes out, like stop. I'm like, I said something. I forgot what I said. I said something, and then she left. I went inside. Nas was with me. I didn't even want Nas to be with me, but I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'd rather him be with me than with her right now, because she gonna take it out on him. And yeah, that's the day I ran away from my mom. And then I started living with my grandmother for like a year. And then I moved back with my mom for like 3 months, because like she had got hit by a car on Thanksgiving or whatever, and she was in a coma for like 2 years, or actually a year and a half. So it was crazy, because I had to go back and live with my grandmother again. And when she told us that, it was weird. The day was weird, because we was just sitting at home for like a day or two, just like chilling. We was actually probably in there for like a day or 2 days or 3 days, just in the house. We're wondering where the fuck our mom went. But we not even thinking that much about it, because we just like, okay, we got a free house, nigga. What? We about to turn the fuck up in this bitch. Feel me? We doing whatever the fuck we want for 2 days. Then the third day, we like, all right, something's crazy. Where the fuck is mommy? And I was like, she probably at her friend's house or something. I'm like, yeah, that's probably where she at. And then our uncle came, brought us to our grandmother's house or whatever. And then we stayed there for like a day. And then the next day she told us, and my little brother, he was so happy to hear that she was in the hospital, but I was kind of heartbroken. And Nas was confused, and he was like, what the fuck? Why are you mad? Because Nas my little brother Nas didn't have the same relationship that I had with my mom. Because feel me, before Nas was born, my mom was a whole different person. It was like different. Living with her was different. I swear to God it was. And I don't know, man. I don't know what changed her or what changed in her, but some things are still the same with her. Like some characteristics from back when I was the only child are still there. So it's like I see the hope in her. But anyway, we go to my grandmother's house and we lived there for like a year and a half. And then what happened? My mom came back home. I was still living with my grandmother while she was home. Oh yeah, I forgot. I skipped a lot of shit. But when she came home, it was like 2012. So, oh my God, yo, this is crazy. I'm just trying to get into the story about me. I don't want to talk about this part of the story, but it came to my mind, so now I gotta talk about it. Yo, so for me, when my mom was in the coma, I still had the key to her house, and yeah, I remember one time I went to her house, and she had an ashtray in the kitchen. She had a whole full blunt in the ashtray. I think I took that shit and smoked that shit, bro. You know that I smoked that shit, but I didn't just smoke it by myself. I took that shit and I brought that shit to my with my cousins. You know, my cousin Jules and them. I smoked it with them, nigga. And we was high as fuck. Anyway, I don't know why I want to. I don't know why, because I wanted to say some more, but I don't know if it's a good idea to say that right now, because feel me, I think my mom will watch this, and I don't want to incriminate myself. I might have to cut some of this out. But yeah, man. So feel me, my mom decided she gonna move, because we living on the west side at the time. I'm still living with my grandmother, going to school and shit. And my school literally right around the corner, so feel me, it's perfect. My mom, she decided she want to move on the east side, and I'm already like done with 8th grade around the time when she decided to do that, because she decided to do it in the summertime. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try living with you again. So I helped her move, and I moved on the east side with her. And I went to Harding for like 4 years or 3 years. And while I was over there, freshman year, I swear to God, I didn't even live with her for a full year, bro. I didn't even live with her for a full year. I was there for the summer. I was there for the first quarter of freshman year. And we got into an argument. And mind you, my mom was still showing cool sides to her too. Like, feel me? She had and one of the days I was over there, she had gave me a blunt. I think I told y'all about this story when I was with Janai the first time, when I was high as fuck and she gave me the blunt. I smoked it in the backyard or whatever. Yeah, like, shit was good. It was cool moments, but we had one big ass argument. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this. I knew this was gonna happen. If I can't stay in a house where I'm gonna just keep arguing with you. Like, I don't want to argue with you no more. This is pointless. I don't know why you arguing with me like I'm your man or something. Like, every little thing I do is a problem, and I'll be trying to do the most to not have a problem, and you still be finding a problem with any little thing. So feel me? Yeah. So I take my shit, get all my shit. I put it in my book bag. First, I put it in a garbage bag, big ass garbage bag. Compress it down so it could fit into my book bag. All my clothes, all my games, everything. Only game I didn't take was my PlayStation. And no, actually, I didn't even take no games with me. I didn't take no games. I took all clothes. And that's it. I didn't take no games. I didn't take my laptop. I didn't take none of that shit. I left everything electronic wise there. I'm like, fuck that shit. So I took that shit, went to school with all that shit in my book bag. Feel me? Came. They didn't even look. I swear to God, I brought that shit into the school. They didn't even search my bag. They was like, there's too much shit in here. Just go. So feel me? I'm with my sis Tasha or whatever. Leave school early to go smoke and chill or whatever. And she was throwing a party. Not the Halloween party that Blacks was talking about. That was after. That was like a couple months after. Was throwing a party, and what happened? Yeah, I slept over at her house for like 2 days. She let me stay the night at her house for like 2 days. She was gonna let me stay there for longer, but I told her I had somewhere I could have stayed. Like, I didn't want to overstay my welcome. So I told her, like, I'm gonna go to my cousin's house or whatever. I'm just gonna just live over there, I guess. And that party that she threw two parties for the 2 nights I was there. The first party didn't do so good because for me nobody showed up. The only people that showed up was a couple of people from our class, and that's about it. We was expecting like everybody to come, but nobody came. So we threw another party the next day, and then I hit up all my niggas from the north side, the north end. Hit up Jules, tell him invite niggas. He invited niggas, I mean. And then they all show up that day. They all show up with weed as fuck, mad weed. Everybody got like at least a quarter on them. it's crazy because feel me, when they came, my sister's brothers and shit, her brothers was like, damn, you got all these niggas in here, I bet none of these niggas got weed. Everybody looked at each other, and then they just pulled all the weed out their pockets, put it on the table. I swear to God, nigga, it was mad weed on the table. It had to be at least a half a pound of weed on the table, bro. I'm like, yo, or at least a quarter pound, not a half. It had to be a quarter pound of weed on the table. You know why I say that? Because it was mad fucking bags on the table, boy. I swear to God, there's so much weed. I was like, yo, right there, that day was the first time I saw a lot of like that much weed. That's a lot of fucking weed. Like, not everybody pulling out quarters. Some people pulling out like ounces and shit too. Like niggas just pulling out shit. I'm like, damn. And my sister's brothers, they had liquor and shit, so turned up, got drunk, got high, and I'm fucked up. I was with my boy Silver and Jules. Was fucked up that night. I swear to God, walking home so fucking high and so drunk, nigga. That night was legendary. Even though no bitches showed up, niggas was trying to get bitches to show up. Like it's funny how all the people that I invited showed up, but none of the people that they was invited showed up. Like no bitches, none of them. Like damn. So if I invited some of my niggas and they could have invited some bitches, that would have been a blessing. I don't know why they didn't do that, but whatever. So now I'm living with my cousin Jules. Mind you, my grandmother didn't know I was over here. So feel me, at first I'm not even going to school. At first I'm just in the house playing the PlayStation 3, chilling in Jules' room, smoking and shit. Let's fast forward it to the day that she found out that I was living here. After she found out I was living here, I was telling her, I told her I was still going to school. Now, how you was going to school? I was walking. And I don't know what happened, but she didn't bring me back to my mom's house. I told her I'm not going back over there. So if you try, I'm just gonna walk all the way back over here. It's no problem. You can't stop me. So yeah, now I'm living with my grandmother, and I've been living here for like years. I've been living here since 2014, 2015. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. That's 7 years. I've been here for 7 years. I'm counting 22 because this episode is gonna be out in 2022. Only reason why I'm taking a break in the rest of this last month for y'all and this month for me, because the holidays, I don't want to put out no episodes during the holidays and shit. So y'all gonna have a whole week without no videos, no clips. Y'all might get some clips, but this episode is gonna be the first episode that y'all get in 2021, and then we're gonna keep rolling them out through the year. So yeah, I've been living here for 7 years. In the 7 years that I've been living here, a lot has went on in this motherfucking house. Feel me? From just me and my niggas chilling in the basement, smoking and getting high, to niggas turning the basement into a studio, full-blown studio, and recording songs in here. Man, a lot has happened, man. And I don't even know where to start. I wanted to get into some stories, but I don't know where I want to start. There's so much shit, bro. There's so much shit. Matter of fact, I know what I'm going to talk about now. I'm going to talk about how I got into this music shit. So I gave y'all the story about Tajir, and you know how I started living with my other side of my family. I'm gonna tell y'all how I got into this music shit. Now, let's go back, far back, to when I was still living on the west side. This is like 2010, 2011. 2012. So, matter of fact, even further back than that, way further back than that. Let me talk about the first rap I ever written. Now, the first rap I ever written, I was living in Marina with my stepfather and my mom, my little brother, and my stepbrother. This was before my youngest brother was born. And when I say I got 3 brothers, I got another brother on my father's side named Michael. That's really, he my second to youngest brother. But anyway, I'm at Marina and shit. One day, I don't even know, because it was this one song, probably by Young Jeezy, I think it is. They know. I'm about to put it up right now. This song right here, by Shawty Low. That song, that nigga, yeah, man. That song, I did a verse to that. I was listening to that song for like 2 weeks straight. I swear to God, I just kept playing that song back and back and back and back and back. Every time that song play, I'm like, no, play it back. So one day I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a song to this. So I went on YouTube and I looked for the beat, the instrumental. I typed in "They Know Instrumental" Shawty Low, and then I found the beat and I wrote the verse. And then as soon as I was done writing the verse, I practiced it a little bit. I was like, all right, I know how to say it. And then I went downstairs, and my mom and my stepfather and my uncle, they was all watching TV. I was like, I wrote a rap. It was like, okay, let's hear it. I'm like, you gotta put the beat on. I got the beat. It's on YouTube. So they go on the YouTube and they play it on the speaker. I swear to God, I started rapping. After I was done, they was like, oh, that's good, that's fire, I like that. And as soon as I was like, yeah, all right, that was good, all right. I went upstairs and wrote another song, and I didn't even do it to a beat. I just wrote it just to write it. I wanted to show them it, but I knew it wasn't as good as the other one, so I didn't show them it. But my stepfather, he saw me writing. He's like, you write another one? I'm like, yep. He's like, take your time, though. You don't gotta rush it, because that's how you make trash songs. You gotta take your time with it. When you take your time with it, that's how the songs come out good. And that's the first raps I ever wrote. Now, I've been doing a lot of shit with music all my life. I used to, not even gonna cap, I used to go to public school, but there was one year I went to private school because my mom wanted to get me a higher education. So for me, she put me in that private school, and I was playing in a band. It was a music class, and if you was good enough, he would let you play after class, like after school. And if you was good in that, like if you learned and all that shit, whatever, he would put you in a band and he would get you gigs and you would play during these gigs or whatever. So I used to play saxophone, alto saxophone. I don't even know if I could play that shit no more. I probably could, I probably can't, who knows. But I used to play alto saxophone for a whole year. And I was pretty good at it, man. I used to freestyle on that bitch too. If you ever heard me play an alto saxophone, nigga, you like, damn. And no cap, you ain't even know that, did you? Yeah, I played the saxophone, man. And let's talk about when I got back into the rap shit. Kinda never left it, cause I will always go to my cousin's house over the weekends and like during summertime and over the holidays, and we would always do freestyle and shit, rap battle each other and all type of shit like that. I wasn't good at the rap battling, but I'm good at freestyling. So yeah, I was always rapping. But when I started like trying to take it serious, but not all the way serious, when I was trying to like improve myself in this rap shit, it was like 2010, 2011, 2012. I don't remember what year exactly. It was probably 2011, 2012, in between that time. But I'm with my boy Marquise, right? And we every day, I swear to God, every day we go home, ride the bus. We fucking rapping on the bus every time, freestyling every day. We ride home freestyling this shit. Then one day, my boy David, he was like, y'all need to make a music group, cause y'all good as fuck, like y'all real nice. It was then with me and my boy Marquise and our homegirl Iris. We just made a Facebook page. We started posting freestyles on there. We would record a freestyle every Friday. Saturday we would look over it, see if it's good enough. If not, then we would do another one. But most of the times we would just post it on like Monday. We posted on Monday, and then just let the views accumulate every week. And then we do that shit every week. Just record a freestyle, or we would write down some shit. Not even capping. Sometimes we would write down some shit and practice it till we know it, and then just like say it off the top of our head. But me, I would freestyle sometimes because I was good at writing, but like I didn't never really like writing. It would take too long for me. But would be times I'll write some shit and it'd be coming out fire, and I'll write it fast as fuck. But yeah, what happened? It was something had happened. Oh yeah, I left that group because my homegirl Iris kept talking about she was gonna just quit. I'm like, damn, you quitting? And we just started. So I'm like, fuck it, if she quitting, I'm quitting too, because there ain't no point in just being me and Marquise. It's like, it was the whole point was supposed to be all three of us get big off this shit. And so she left, and I left. Then they added my boy Teddy into this shit. And then ever since then, my boy Keese and Teddy, they've been doing that shit big, kinda. They've been doing their thing. I've been seeing them do their shit. They kinda switched their whole image and everything, but it's cool. It's cool. So with me, what I started doing, I started making music in high school, like freshman, sophomore year. I started making music in sophomore year, but I didn't have no studio equipment or no way to like really make music. I was making songs off my phone and shit. Just recording off my phone with the iPhone headphones and shit. So I'm recording that shit and I'm showing some of my friends. They're like, oh, this dope. You just need to get the quality up. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm just recording this shit off my phone. You're like, yeah, this shit sound good though. Like you sound good. It's just the quality. I'm like, yeah. And every time I make a song, I was just like, this is fire, but I need to get the quality up. So for me, for the whole time of me being in high school, I was practicing and honing my craft in the recording way. Like, I'm trying to figure out better ways to record myself and how to make my voice sound better. And then 2015 came, and then I made a song with my boy Crown. This is when I was still Young Spade. This is before NGB even came in the picture. I'm gonna tell y'all about how NGB came in the picture in a little bit. So I make a song with my boy Crown, aka Keys. This is a different Keys, not Marquise from earlier. This is a different Marquise. We make a song together, and it sounded like better than everything else that I recorded, like quality wise. So I was like, damn, I need to keep making music with him, but I don't want to just use him for his shit. Like, feel me? That's my boy. Like, I don't want to be like that. He didn't even really mind. He was like, as long as we making some shit together, like we putting in that work, it don't matter to me. So feel me? I would go to his crib and I make music, like, and then me and him was supposed to put a tape together. We did put the tape together. We just never dropped it officially. Like, I got the playlist on my SoundCloud, but it's privated. I didn't drop it officially or nothing. But the songs are out. You can find us all the songs. They're on his page. Some of them are on my page. Yeah, that's when I was young Spade and shit. So yeah, he showed me how to use Audacity, and then I started taking it from there. And he had an interface with a microphone, the same type of setup that I'm using right now, but his was not as advanced as mine. Mine's some hyped up. I paid some money for this shit. His was like, it was dope, but it was just like some regular shit. Like anybody, it was probably like half of the price of what I paid for. So the quality was half of what I get when I record my songs now. Like, anyway, I make a song and drop it on SoundCloud, and it started getting views one day, and then I just dropped another one the week after, and then that one started getting views, and I just kept dropping songs every week. Then I dropped a little EP, that shit did well. Then I deleted all the songs that I made because I had better songs with better quality. Then I dropped those. Then one day, me and my cousin Jules, we was like, you know what, we're gonna start a label. And for like 6 months straight, we just looking at videos and trying to learn the business and this, that, and the third. And then we found the perfect label deal that sounds good for the independent label and the artist. And it was like the ultimate blueprint, and it was called Chasing Chicken under the name of NGB, Chasing Chicken Entertainment, or Chasing Chicken LLC, depending on which one you want to call it. And then under that was NGB, Never Going Broke. Never Going Broke was supposed to be like the music side of it. And first it was just a rule, because we had a couple rules that we followed by. It was no hesitations, never go broke, and then my boy, he made one called Stay Cashing, even though that's the same thing as never going broke, but you know, same thing. And it's crazy because I made when I changed my name to NGB Spade, we started making music with the Scarlet mic. Not the one that I got now. It was the first gen. So for me, it was kind of shitty, but it's still good. It was good for what it was. First we did, excuse me guys for yawning in y'all ear. First we got HP headphones. We got HP laptop. It was a little mini laptop. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't some bullshit. We was making music on that at first. That was before I knew what I was really doing with the shit. It sounded good, but it could have sounded better. Then one day we decided to clean that laptop, and we didn't know what the fuck to use with that shit. Put all type of chemicals on that bitch. That shit would never turn on ever again. Well, it turns on, but it would never. You can't type nothing. Can't use the mouse. None of that shit. That shit fucked. Then we was like, damn, we need to get a new laptop. So we got a MacBook. And then when we got the MacBook, shit started kind of taking off. Because we started with GarageBand. And GarageBand was like the predecessor to what we was doing next. We was doing songs with GarageBand. My boy Lodak had came over one day, showed me how to use it. And when he showed me how to use that, it kind of built on to what I started using next, which is Logic X Pro. And when I started, or Logic Pro X, or whatever the fuck that shit called, that shit fire though. I started using Logic, and when I was on the Logic wave, I just started making songs every day. And then my boy Kari, well, before I met Kari, I was with my boy Jordan, and he was showing me his songs and shit. He was recording and whatever. He showed me his songs, and he showed me one song with one of my boys, Trippy Favelli. This was before his name was Trippy Favelli. His name was Trippy 30 at the time. I heard that verse. I'm like, nah, he gotta come into this studio. He gotta come in this bitch, cause that verse was too hard. Like, that shit was fire as fuck. And then he came, and we made a song called Illusions. And I still got that song to this day. It's not finished, but I still got that song. And he started coming over every day and just started making music with me every day. And then one day we just like, fuck it, let's make a collab tape. Then we started putting together a collab tape with me and him and other people from the NGB label, Jules and Sav. And then we was previewing some of the songs for one of our boys. It was supposed to be a label. NGB was supposed to be a label. Yeah, independent label. So for me, and yeah, Carter was with us at first. He was really always hip hop and LGN. He still is NGB kind of, but you know, I don't knock niggas for getting their shit together and going with other teams. The whole point of being with NGB, the whole point of what NGB is just to have niggas get their creative control and get their shit in there and dip off. You don't gotta stay with us or none of that shit. The whole point of NGB was to have your creative control, keep your royalties and all that shit. And once you get up to a certain amount of clout status and money status, you can just leave us. Like, you can exit your contract, but you had to make back at least. You had to make one album for us at least, and that album had to recoup at least everything that we put into it, and that's it. Kari did the trap card. Me and Kari did whatever with that, but I'm sorry, I'm tired, guys. I'm recording this at 1:50 in the morning right now. Sorry for y'all in your ear though. So me and Kari made trap card, and then we started previewing the songs for our boys and shit. They was like, damn, y'all should make a fucking collab tape or something. Y'all shit just like yin and yang. And then me and Kari looked at each other and was like, yeah, this is a move. And then we dropped that shit. That shit did relatively well. I'm tired. I keep yawning in your ear. I might have to edit some of this. I'm gonna edit some of this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm yawning and shit. Anyway, motherfucking. After we dropped Trap Card, I wanted to capitalize because that shit was doing well. It was doing better than anything that I dropped before. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to just drop another mixtape. So I started putting together No Hesitations. I put everybody that I fuck with on that tape. Everybody that was rapping with me at the time was on that tape. Everybody. Every single person. And that tape did relatively well too. So I'm proud of that too. And then after No Hesitations, I started just making music every single day. And I had like over 200 songs, and I made that in a year. I was like, damn, I'm going crazy. And then I lost like 100 of those songs, which was crazier because I'm like, damn, all that hard work, and I can't even find the songs that I made. So it kind of made it harder for me to drop another tape after that. But me and Kari started putting together, because after, like I said, for a whole year I was just recording music, and that was 2019. So during 2020, I was putting together Trap Card 2. I was putting together Trap Card 2. Let me hit that thing. Just save me a short. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we was putting together Trap Card 2, and me and Sav was putting together Stay Cashin', and then I just dropped whatever songs that I could scramble up from the MacBook days. I dropped a little project or whatever. It didn't do that good or whatever, but I dropped it because I needed to put out music, and I didn't even put it on my main page. I put it on my side page. So that's why I didn't even do that good, because nobody could see it. So I dropped that, and then I started working on another project, but I couldn't really do anything because the laptop was fucking up on me. And then Jules had took the laptop, and an equipment for me, and I was music lit. I couldn't make music for like half of 2020. Damn near the midway of 2020, I couldn't do nothing. So I was kind of fucked over. I just had the songs in my email. Whatever songs I had in my email was the only songs that I had to drop, and I didn't have that much in my email because I didn't back up my music like that, and that was my biggest mistake, not backing up my music. That was my biggest mistake. Well, whatever songs I could scramble up, I just dropped a little EP with. I dropped that EP, but then I deleted the EP and I kept one song because only one song on that whole EP did good, and that was Seriously. Then I dropped that shit again on my page because like I said, I only dropped some shit on my side page because I wasn't ready to drop anything on my main page yet. I wanted to drop either Trap Card 2 first or another project. Like, what was the project I wanted to do? It was either I forgot what project I was working on. It was one of the projects though. I was working on something. So I couldn't record for a minute because I didn't have any equipment. But then when I did get the equipment back, I was laid back as fuck because I was so used to not making music already by the time I got the stuff. I didn't even have the same energy to make this, like the music that I was making in 2019 or beginning of 2020. So when I got the shit back, it took me a while to get back into the spirits of rap, and I was looking for a new sound to do because I didn't want to sound like nothing that I usually sound like. So I switched my whole style up into that rage shit. And that's what I was doing for the whole end of 2020. And this year, I kind of started dropping music again. I dropped an EP in the middle of this year called XTTC, standing for Extreme to the Core. I made something called Extreme to the Core. That shit did relatively well, but it could have did better. And then I dropped. Well, I'm gonna drop Polybius before the year's over. So yeah, look out for that. But when this comes out, Polybius is gonna be out. So go stream Polybius on SoundCloud and YouTube. I'm gonna drop like a single on YouTube soon, and yeah, just go stream that. So yeah, that's basically the music side of me. I want to end this, but I'm gonna give you all a couple stories before I end this. Alright, so this story is gonna be about one of the first times I drank lean with my cousin Jules. So my cousin Jules told me he had some lean, some syrup. I'm like, okay, cool. You want me to go get the Sprite? He was like, yeah, go get the Sprite. So I go get the Sprite and the Skittles because I couldn't find no Jolly Ranchers because he didn't have any Jolly Ranchers. So we mixed the Sprite with the syrup, and we mixed that shit with the Skittles. Poured that shit in our cups, nigga. That shit tasted so good. Oh my god. I was like, yo, this is fucking bussin'. Why is this so good? And then we was watching Rick and Morty, and then we just slumped over. We didn't fall asleep. We was just high as fuck, and we was smoking and shit. So that made it even, that was a crazy experience. And then like a year after, we just started sipping lean every day. But let me tell y'all this real good story, because that story ain't nothing. I'll tell y'all this story. One time when I stole weed from my mother. Just one time. I only did it one time, I swear to God. I took a blunt from my mom out the clip. I took a clip out her ashtray before, but I never took weed before from her. This is the one time I did though. So I had got weed from her. I had took weed from her, and then when I did, I took it to my grandmother's house and I smoked it with my cousin Jules before the day before a funeral. It was like we was saying our last words to our great grandmother or whatever, because it was our last moments with her. And then me and Jules was just like, you know what? Let's go get high, man. Fuck this shit. We got some paper, some real notebook paper, because we couldn't get no blunts enough from the store. We was too young, so we got some notebook paper and we started rolling up in that shit. Right? And we rolled up a whole dub in that shit. That bitch was fucking big. That shit was like, it was a long one. Pause. Major pause. It was major pause, but that shit was extended. Like, it was an extendo, and it was like a fat ass paper. Like, it was fat ass paper. So we smoked the whole thing. I swear to God, bro, I was so high. I went back in the house. We stunk like weed. We as soon as we went in the house, nigga, the whole house smelled like weed. So we went into a room. As soon as we went into that room, that whole room was baked out. Like, we didn't smoke in there, but it smelled like we did. So feel me? I was in there just watching TV, but it felt like I was tripping. It felt like I was on some type of it felt like I was on LSD or shrooms or some shit. Cause as I'm laying on the bed, I feel like I'm like in the ocean, like waving type shit. It feels like I'm on the waves. And then as I put my hand on the bed and rub the bed, it feels like my hand is disintegrating and shit. It felt like I was disappearing or some shit like that. I'm like, yo, I am so fried. I'm so high. I'm watching TV. The TV echoing, not even echoing, but it sound like it's in a tunnel or some shit. I'm like, yo, I'm tripping. This is not weed. This shit is laced or something. I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? Even Jules felt like even Jules was too high. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. That's not even the worst part. My aunt had she came in the room. She smelt the room. She thought we smoked in the room. So my grandmother thought we had weed. I did have a little bit of weed left on me, but I had it in my sock, so nobody really knew where it was. And then my grandmother was yelling and threatening to call the cops. And then I was like, I don't got no weed. That night was crazy, bro. I almost went to jail because my grandmother just flipping out for no reason. I was too high. She ruined my whole high, even though I was still high. I'm gonna tell y'all one more story. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about when I first took a Xanax. This one is crazy. I swear to God, listen to this. So one day, I'm at school, right? And I'm chilling for it's first period. I'm chilling with Tosh, because Tosh, she was always in my first period classes. Every single class, first period of every year, she was in my class. So yeah, she had told me, yo, I got Zans. I'm like, I got no Zans, man. That's not fucking capping. She had pulled them out and she showed me. I'm like, oh, let me get one. She like, $5. I'm like, here, take this $5. I gave her $5 for that shit. Alright, so let's fast forward. I'm at my house now. And mind you, I was gonna buy 2. No, I did buy 2. I bought 2 of them shit. I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot about that. I bought 2 of them shits. I gave her 10. I got 2 of them shits. And then I went home. When I went home, I popped a half of one of them shits. And then I was waiting for it to kick in. I'm like, man, this shit ain't doing nothing. It's a fake ass Zan. This shit ain't doing nothing. And I popped the other half. And then I smoked a blunt. And then when I smoked the blunt, I don't know if that's what made it kick in or if it just kicked in a little bit. But it felt like I smoked 10 blunts. I felt high as fuck. Like a real high. And then we went to the fucking park to go play basketball. That's when that shit really had kicked in. That shit kicked in for real. I felt drunk and high, but I didn't necessarily feel drunk. Like I just felt like, ooh, and then I couldn't catch my balance for shit. Like I couldn't even walk or dribble. I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, yeah, y'all got it. I can't play right now. Y'all got it. I'm slurring as I'm trying to talk to niggas. I'm telling niggas I fucking love them because they my niggas and shit. Like, I love y'all niggas. Y'all my niggas and all that shit. I'm slurring and shit. I'm real fucked up right now. And then, fast forward, we go home. Well, I go home with Sav. And we listening to Famous Dex on YouTube and shit. I get the drift from my walk. Whoa, I get the drift from my walk. Whoa, I get the drift from my walk. Whoa, and then I'm just turning up. We just turning up, dancing and shit. And then I'll black out. I don't remember nothing else that happened after that. I woke up in my bed the next day thinking it was the same day, and I did the same exact thing that I did the previous day, but it was Saturday. So when I figured out it was Saturday, I was like, what happened yesterday? I slept the whole day. Wait, what happened? Oh, I popped that Zen. Oh, so that's what Future was talking about when she said she popped the Xanax and never forgot it. Cause I definitely forgot what the fuck I did. I don't know how she ain't forget what the fuck man. That day was crazy, man. I was too fucked up. But yeah, man, I'm gonna cut this one a little short. I told y'all the whole story about Todd, and I told y'all the whole story about NGB Spade. I got the whole origin story, so y'all just should be. If there's any questions y'all want to ask me, just drop them in the comments below. I'll answer them in the next solo episode. Yeah, stay safe out there. Oh, like the comment. I'm sorry, like the comment. Like the video, comment what y'all guys are smoking on, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for every new video and every new clip. I want you guys to stay safe out there. Peace out and have a good one.